Today we're reviewing this hidden little gem within the world of smartphones. This is the Palm Pre 2, and it features WebOS 2.0 and a few other upgrades. This is for Verizon Wireless. And if you're a Palm fan or a BlackBerry fan, or you like phones that are kind of on the edge of the box, then you're going to want to check this review out. First off, the Palm Pre 2 looks exactly like the Palm Pre Plus. As far as an outward appearance, we still get this polished stone kind of architecture. It's very ergonomic, feels dandy in our pockets, and this phone slides out to reveal a full QWERTY keyboard, although the keys are very tiny. My thumb takes up 14 keys on this keyboard, so that's something to keep in mind. Also, this phone's a little smaller. When we slide the faceplate open, it's hard to access the power lock button and the vibrate silent switch. But you do get a nice little personal mirror in the back for taking candids and putting your lipstick on Tuesday nights like I do. For storage, the Palm Pre 2 lacks a micro SD card slot, just like the rest of the Pre phones, but it has 16 gigabytes of internal storage. So if you're heavy on your multimedia, that's going to be a factor. Now, before we get into the Web 2.0 interface, which is the highlight of this review where we're going to spend most of our time, it's worth noting that the Pre 2 features a 5 megapixel camera, which is a boost from the Pre Plus and the original Pre. We can talk about image quality now because it's going to be short and sweet to get it out of the way. It was probably one of the most disappointing image performances we've seen on a phone. The Pre 2 does not offer any manual controls aside from flash control. It takes VGA resolution videos. The pictures are noisy, they lack detail. End of story in that department. But let's balance that out with something good. Palm threw a 1 gigahertz OMAP processor in the Palm Pre 2, and that's a big jump compared to the Pre Plus's 600 megahertz OMAP processor. So this is a faster phone. And lastly, before we jump inside this phone, let's talk about battery life and call quality. First off, let's do the bad news first. The battery life on this phone is really lacking. In just an afternoon with some light gaming, with some internet browsing, and just interface investigation, this phone will be sucked 2/3 dry of battery, so it's really going to require a lot. Call quality was never a problem for us. Calls were crisp and clean, so that was definitely not a complaint. So let me give you a tour of the new Palm Pre 2 and show you some of the highlights that Web 2.0 brings to the table. So this is the Palm Pre 2, and you can see here, this is our gesture panel. Swiping up brings up the applications, and swiping back up brings you back to where you are. You can also use the back action right there. And here's stacks. You can drag that over and it's like a deck of cards. So when you have like applications or programs, you could just throw them in stacks here. And anytime you don't want a program anymore, just flick it up, get rid of it. Now here's our browser. It's not the best browsing experience. We really don't get a clear screen until we zoom in, but we do get to play Flash content within the browser. There we go.
Okay, let's talk about.
And as you can see, the sound and the video are not linked together. So here's an example of synergy. We have all of our accounts here. Facebook, Google, Palm has its own, Hotmail, Skype I'm signed into, and all of these are integrated throughout the whole phone. So anytime we go to our contacts, we can contact them. If we have any buddies from either of these accounts, any of these accounts, we can contact them in any way. This is an example of the email. We have Google and Hotmail set up right now, but we can put a bunch of different email addresses in here and we can access them all through all inboxes. So it's all inboxes are integrated, and that's a good thing. Now here's an example of gaming, and gaming's pretty good. As you can see, the graphics are not bad and the response is fairly decent. And we're playing rednecks versus aliens, and we're throwing mayonnaise bombs at them. Also, here's an example of the new Just Type the enhanced just type feature. And as you can see, we're going to use our keyboard. This is our primary keyboard. We do not have a virtual keyboard. And right away I started typing redneck, and there's our game redneck. But if the phone doesn't recognize anything, it'll go right to Google. So there we go. And I even spelled it wrong. Here's a look at our text messaging. And it's very clean. Everything on this phone is so clean. So this has been the Palm Pre 2 WebOS 2.0, 1 GHz OMAP processor and a 5 megapixel camera. Brings it a few notches above the Palm Pre Plus. Let's go over a few caveats. The camera, of course, not great quality at all. You have internal memory, there's no expandable memory, and this phone's keyboard's very small, it's very BlackBerry-like. Also, this is really not that much of an entertainment device. That is going to be the HP Pre 3, released this summer under the HP brand name, which is ultimately going to replace Palm. Now that phone is going to offer 720p HD video, a front-facing camera, and a faster processor than the Palm Pre 2. So if you want an entertainment device, that's the phone to look for. Otherwise, if you are a multitasker, an extreme multitasker, someone who wants a sleek, awesome, against the grain interface, the Palm Pre 2 is definitely the phone. Text messaging, emails, corporate sync, social networking, the Palm Pre 2 is one of the most efficient ways to get it done. We here at InfoSync have an affinity for Palm phones, and the Palm Pre 2 is no exception. For the full review, go to infosyncworld.com. Until next time, I'm Mike Perlman.